let's go, Daniel. Fuck this Lakers stuff, man. Get my jersey.
Shut up, Will. I keep telling you, they might be able to, I think they might hear you over the
Oh, they heard me.
Yeah.
God damn it. All right, start over.
No, it's already recording now. It's too late. But all right, man. The Lakers somehow look like they're going to pull this off. Like, really, it's hard to imagine this going wrong right now. Barring injury,
Yes.
I think the Lakers got the chip.
Yeah, I'd say the same.
Like, I don't see any opportunity. I hear every round, like, Will, back up a little your head. Get your head lower. But,
lower.
Just angle your phone, man. But,
Ow!
But every round, it was the Blazers. The Blazers going to give us
God.
trouble.
Nah. Gentleman's sweep.
Gentlemen's sweep. And
Hey, Daniel, at first, I ain't gonna lie. The way we was playing, going into the playoffs, I was like, man, we can't shoot or do nothing. They gonna zone us the whole game, and they gonna beat us.
I was
but then,
worried
you
about
know,
our shooting was
Yeah.
awful in the bubble.
Mm-hmm. But then we came together and started hitting threes, and we started playing that defense that we was playing in March, and we got Damian Lillard and them out of here
Out of
in
here.
5.
It starts on the defensive end. You got guys like Caruso who just play so hard. It makes the offense come much easier. So he's a spark plug of the team, man.
Facts. Like, he low-key might be kind of the heart of the team. Like,
I would agree with that statement.
I agree
would
with
that statement.
I wish, for Christ's sake, I hope and wish he works on his three-point shot. Because if he can knock down a three at like 38%, the man's going to make a lot of money in this league.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
his shot getting a little respectable. His shot's getting a little respectable. But yeah, if he get up to that 38 to 40 margin.
Because he's kind of like a better Dellavedova.
Yeah.
And that's worth something. That is worth something.
Those are the type of players LeBron likes to play with. So
Yeah.
Facts. I heard the stat that the two players who have the best plus-minus in the entire league is LeBron and Caruso. When
Is
they're
that-
on the
is that
court,
true?
they've got the best plus-minus. It's not even close. It's crazy.
I mean, LeBron did say he was the GOAT.
Caruso the
I don't
GOAT.
believe it, but
it's the Caruso. The Caruso.
I'm
The
gonna need a
Caruso.
If we win the chip, I might need a Caruso jersey. I just might need to get that.
Yeah, that might be a must grab.
It might be a must grab. It really might be. But what do you guys think right now of the?
Wait, hold on, Dan. You skipped the Rockets one. Going into the series, the Rockets series going 7 games. I was one of them that said it.
Do we need to talk about the fucking Rockets every year?
Yes, because we got to talk about it, Daniel.
We
Listen,
talk about
It
it
needs
every
to be
year for
talked
no
about.
reason.
It needs to be talked about.
it needs to be talked about,
Fuck.
Daniel, because everybody was hyping the Rockets up. The playoff starts now for the Lakers. We got them out of here at 5. And guys like Skip Bayless
Fucking
and all the
fine.
people that be hating on LeBron and the Lakers was like, well, Daniel House didn't play. Daniel House is a very valuable piece
Oh,
to the
man.
Rockets. And I'm like,
Christian, that stressed you out, yeah.
Daniel House? Don't you
Yeah,
say Daniel
I don't know.
House?
I don't know about that one.
Like, I don't like the reaching. Like, I get it. And,
Yeah, he's surf reaching, bro.
right now, I'm a big Laker fan, mainly because of my love for LeBron, of course. But Christian,
me
you have
too.
been a lifelong Lakers fan, no matter who's on the team. How
Right.
does it feel to just honest? How does it feel to have LeBron on your team, and now any dribble gets super scrutinized?
I'm gonna be
Thank
honest.
you.
At first, when he announced he was signing with the Lakers, I didn't like it. I wanted Kawhi to come. I wanted Kawhi and PG. I was one of those guys. I wanted to see Kawhi and PG
Are
come.
you glad Kawhi and PG didn't now?
Hindsight is 2020.
Yeah.
Hindsight
Yeah,
is 2020.
literally.
So
Literally.
I mean, but it took me a couple days, and seeing that he wanted to come to the Lakers and keep the great tradition of winning going. He humbled himself to come to us and play in all the great shadows. So as a Lakers fan, I had to humble myself and appreciate him.
He wants that jersey. He wants the 23 retired in purple and gold.
Yeah.
Hey man, if he wins us a couple of rings,
A couple.
Mhm.
How many do we need here for his jersey to be okay? To
if
be
his
retired?
jersey is going to get retired, I need at least 2. I need at least 2 championship banners hanging.
That's a tough task.
That's a tough task, man. See,
I mean,
what's
it's a
wrong with
tough
you Lakers
task,
fans?
but he came to title
Again.
town.
Brian getting old too, man.
Well, I'm not again. I don't want to jump ahead, but it feels like we got one kind of in the bag right now.
And
It would take an injury.
Daniel, I don't want to be like the Clippers and get all this hype from the media and say we got this in the bag, and later on somebody get hurt and we lose. So let's wait to the series. Let's take one game at a time. Yeah, because you remember Golden State was like, oh, I got this in the bag in 2019. Then damn near all the All-Stars got hurt and they lost to Toronto. So let's slow it down.
So the Rocket series, what exactly went horribly wrong for them? Something went completely wrong for the Rockets. Is it just the fact that they don't have any bigs? Because people were saying
that's one of the main reasons.
Everyone was saying though that Lakers would have to get smaller or they'd get fucked up. The Lakers did get smaller and still outsmalled them. What the fuck happened?
I mean, I think LeBron said it that they have they built the team to be able to match up with different styles. So we can match up with pretty much any team in the league. If there's a team that wants to go big, like the Nuggets are, they go big on us. We have enough big bodies to throw at Jokic.
Too many big bodies.
I mean, I think the only what really hurt the Rockets, in my opinion, is their inefficiency to really score the basketball. Because you would think that with all the floor spacing that they have, that Russ would be able to attack the rim and finish at the rim efficiently, but he hasn't been. He didn't all series long. He was getting to the rim and missing layups. He wasn't getting those foul calls, and he was just missing the layups. I think what it's affecting him is that he's not getting those fouls called from all the big bodies in the paint, so he's not getting to the free throw line like he used to. And that's really affecting Russ, I would say. And that, I think, is the reason why they weren't able to really give us any trouble.
No, I'm not surprised we beat them, but the fact that it was literally no moment where I was scared watching the games.
Not a single moment.
I was scared. I was scared game too.
Always scared, man. Damn.
They can shoot, Daniel. It's like they got so many shooters they can come back at any moment.
The problem is
kind of like Golden State used to be. They'll be down by 20 and shoot a few threes, and they back in the game.
To beat LeBron, you have to make him guard someone. If he's just playing center field all game, you're going to lose the series.
Right.
And
he just gonna play that passing lane.
Exactly, and he could guard Russell without actually guarding him. It's like, just shoot. We don't care. Stand there in the corner.
Hell yeah, Daniel.
And that completely fucked up the Rockets because they're basically playing 4-on-5 on offense.
Mm-hmm. Merry Christmas to Russell.
Russ can't shoot.
Not at all.
And like Rondo can't shoot either, but
he shot pretty good in that series.
But
Rondo's jump shot is getting to be I want to compare his game to like how Jason Kidd's game got later in his career.
Mm-hmm.
That's not bad.
It's starting to get a little respectable.
Yeah, like you can't necessarily just leave him open. He knocked down a couple jump shots last night too.
Yeah,
he's especially from the corner. When he shoots it from the corner, I actually have a little faith.
Right, that's why I said like you can compare his game to Jason Kidd when Jason Kidd was in his later years.
All facts.
He's like top 5 all time in threes made now. That's crazy, the turnaround.
Right. I mean, Rondo obviously isn't that good of a shooter, but
But I will say, Dwight Howard is fucking the Nuggets up.
Oh yeah, I mean
he's the MVP of this series so far.
I mean that's a guy who led a team to an NBA Finals.
I was gonna say,
he did. 2009.
What are people's problems with Dwight Howard?
Last time he was with the Lakers, with Kobe.
I mean, he did have a bad run with us before.
Yeah, and then then he went with the Houston Rockets. He left Kobe to play with a bigger ball hog than Kobe, and he didn't look too great with them. And then he got bounced around the league, and he had a bad rep around him since then.
I see posts all the time about like which of these 3 are going to make it to the Hall of Fame. It'll be Dwight Howard, Derrick Rose, or Rondo. And I'm like, I'm sorry, Dwight is already in. Like, Dwight's been in for the last, 3 years.
Right.
Rose is a little debatable. I don't
know how you can debate any MVP. If you're MVP, you're in the Hall of Fame.
I think he might become the first MVP to not make the Hall.
There's a chance he can.
I could see it because history's not going to remember him well. But in my opinion, if you ask me, anyone who wins the MVP is in the Hall of Fame.
Automatically, no matter what else happens.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's tough. That's saying a lot.
I mean, you'd have to not play again after that.
He almost hasn't. He's played, but no.
No, that's not true. That's a reach.
He wanted to quit at one time. He wanted to quit at one time, though.
I mean, he was going through a lot of personal things, but he had a great season this year.
Oh, he's been great. If he can keep this up,
his last couple seasons, matter of fact.
Rose still a really good player, man.
He's reminding me of Grant Hill, where Grant Hill got hurt is not the same, but went to the Suns and became a very good sixth man-ish type of guy.
Right.
Made the Hall. So Derek might do that, but I'm gonna need him to do at least 3 more years of being good.
Yeah, he's got a few more seasons left in him.
Now, Rondo, I don't think he's in yet, but if they win a ring and he matters like he's doing now, I think that puts him in.
That's his second ring.
Yeah, he may not be first ballot Hall of Famer. If they win the second one, he'll probably be first ballot. Right now, I wouldn't say he's probably not first ballot. He might still be. I mean, me personally, I would vote him in as a first ballot Hall of Famer. I respect point guards who have great careers. I'm not really a numbers guy as much as I am an impact guy. I look at the way a player impacts a game more than their numbers. Same reason why I say Derek Fisher is, in my opinion, is a first ballot Hall of Famer.
I remember you. We're not getting into the Derek Fisher debate. This
for another debate for another day.
Yes.
Oh, you don't like Derek Fisher, Daniel?
I like Derek Fisher. This man thinks Derek Fisher is like a top 5 all-time point guard. We're not doing.
I wouldn't say top 5, but he's up there. He's up there.
Where up there? Top 20? Top 10?
Nah.
Top 20. I'd say he's top 20.
Nah.
Maybe though.
Will, don't you fucking dare! He is not top 20.
Daniel.
There's no way.
It's debatable. I could debate it. With you.
Okay, one day we'll probably do a list and think about it.
Get a list of 20 point guards in the NBA history, and I'm telling you, I could debate it, and I could probably get you to say, yeah, he's in that top 20.
Fisher or Billups?
Billups.
See, that's already one that's at the 20 border.
Billups is around 20 for you?
I think so. What was he higher?
Yeah, I'd say Billups is probably close to the top 10.
Okay.
He's 15 to 10 around that area.
Derek Fisher or Russell Westbrook?
Come on now, Russell Westbrook.
I mean, what are we talking here? What are we talking?
That's what I'm saying. Legacy, like just your whole career, like just whatever.
Oh, just legacy?
No, just in general, like what?
I mean, obviously, Russ is the better overall player, but if we're talking about the better point guard, it's Derek Fisher, hands down.
Point guard. Actually, I will say, if you put prime Derek Fisher on this Rockets team instead of Russ,
they probably would have took these series at 6 or 7.
They would have been better because he can shoot.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he can shoot.
He's a point guard. He's going to have your team winning games.
That is true. I can't argue
with that. There's a reason why he was the all-time leading, had the most wins in playoff history until this season.
I forgot
there's a reason for it.
He plays better winning basketball than Russell. I mean, Russell's a better overall player.
Wins didn't just come with the Lakers. You know, he had wins in the playoffs with the Utah Jazz. I mean, he didn't just win a couple of games either. He won a couple series with them. So,
and he has moments.
And they didn't really have a team back then either.
Westbrook still doesn't have a playoff moment where Fish has 0.4 Fish. Like that's forever.
Nah, he don't.
I used to be a big fan and a big advocate for Russell Westbrook, but as the years go by, every season he's starting to lose me a little bit more.
He's just getting worse.
Right? It gets harder to defend.
It really does.
Yes.
I
still think Kevin Durant was wrong for what he did for going to Golden State. I don't blame him for leaving, but Russell Westbrook making Kevin Durant look good. It's like,
speaking of the Heat and this dogs theory, I keep hearing about teams having dogs. I thought the Clippers had dogs. They're gone. Their dogs are sitting at home now. So
who?
I'm not scared of the Heat. For the
Who's the Clippers?
Reason I was never scared of the Clippers. Who's
the Clippers?
Season about the Clippers.
Hell yeah, I was panicking, Daniel.
The matchups are bad for them. Zubac is supposed to guard AD.
But
the matchups are terrible.
But Daniel.
No, I think they would have had Marcus guarding AD.
So Zubac
he can't guard him neither.
Zubac doesn't play, or he guards.
Yeah, I think he probably wouldn't have played as much.
Yeah. And then
they would have put Zubac, Markieff, and Marcus on probably Anthony Davis. But they can't guard him.
Would they have actually put Kawhi on LeBron? Because Kawhi doesn't guard anyone anymore. I don't know what people are seeing, but
I don't know what's going on with that either.
But the thing about the Clippers, you could throw multiple bodies at them. Kawhi, Paul George.
That's the thing is
Markieff Morris.
Paul George and Kawhi are usually standing in corners. Like I don't understand.
Well, you need them to rest for the offensive end now because they're your two best scorers on the team. So
No, we're not
yeah, I mean,
it's
like you make the point of Dan. It's Doc Rivers is not that great of a coach. He doesn't make adjustments.
That too.
He doesn't make adjustments.
He got destroyed.
It's like he gets too prideful in his game plan and doesn't want to admit that it's wrong and it has flaws in it and he needs to adjust it. He's just like, nah, this is what we're gonna do, and if we win, we win. If we lose, we lose.
And if we lose, we lose. And I also heard after they lost Game 7 that Paul George in the locker room gave like a speech to the teammates about how this isn't a 1-year thing, and that the teammates all rolled their eyes.
Right.
They were not happy. They did not want to hear this shit. So I don't know if I want to use that for a different podcast, but how do we fix the Clippers? Like, not that I know shit, but
that's little brother, man. I don't think you can fix them.
That's the basement. That's the basement team, Daniel. We'll talk about them another time, though. We're on to the winners and the potential champions. They blew a 3-1 lead, yeah.
Can I just say, when are we moving them to Seattle, please? Can we just do that?
Yeah, you really want them to move to Seattle
or Vegas? It makes too much sense.
Give Vegas a basketball team. Shoot. Yeah.
I mean, they got a WNBA team. They got an arena already.
I think they have the MVP. They're Las Vegas Aces or whatever. They won the MVP or something.
Right.
So I was like, just put them there. LA does not need 2 basketball teams. I don't even think LA. You can speak for this, Christian. I can't. But I don't even think LA wants 2 basketball teams.
I mean, there's a fan base out there. There's definitely a fan base out there.
Really, you think so?
No, I know so. It's not like the Lakers, but there is a fan base out there.
No, the Clippers got fans, bro. Marcellus Wiley is the front runner for them. He's the president of the LA Clippers fan club.
I'm saying real. Like, they have real fans, people who like.
Yeah, I know a couple people who are real Clippers fans, like from LA, and they're Clippers fans.
They don't like
no, always they've been Clippers fans since I was a kid and living out there.
Okay.
I respect them because there's a lot of people that just bandwagoning to hate on LeBron.
No, I mean they've been since Michael Olowokandi.
The Candyman?
They've been
those are real
fans
fans
back then. You know what I'm saying?
Elton Brand and the Candyman. We're not doing it. No.
You just don't ever hear about them because they have nothing to ever brag about.
Yeah.
I mean, they literally hang selfies up in the rafters when it's a Clippers home game.
Fuck. They have 0 jerseys retired, and that boggles my mind. They've been around since the 70s, and they only have 1 guy whose jersey deserves to be retired.
Yeah, it's no one wants to stay there. They have a losing culture.
You think Blake or Chris Paul, one of them maybe?
What have they won though? They haven't won anything.
Finals. They never got to the conference finals.
Yeah, they blew a 3-1 lead too, Daniel. That's the first Clippers to blow a 3-1 lead.
They did.
It's another thing that's gonna get off topic real quick. I'm gonna try to keep the show together, but it's getting difficult. I know how you feel about Chris Paul. You're not a big fan.
Not at all.
So, if you had to say who's a better player, Chris Paul or John Stockton, what would you say?
John Stockton.
Wow.
Thank you. I'm just saying that was the
wow.
I mean, John Stockton, he's an all-around player though. He could shoot. He could play the pick and roll, get teammates involved. He could score at the rim, score at all 3 levels, and he played defense at a very high level. He's one of the all-time leaders in steals.
He's number 1, and it's a record that will
he
never
is number
be close.
1. Matter of fact, you're right, and it's never going to get broken.
It's not close, and he's number 1 in assists. Another record that will never get broken.
Ever. It's untouchable. You gotta go with John Stockton.
You gotta go with John.
It's another record that will never get broken.
And on top of that,
been to a final.
He got to the NBA Finals
twice.
Yeah,
and he took
Chris Paul got to the Western Conference Finals one time, and he was riding James Harden's coattails.
And he blew a 3-1 lead.
And he was riding James Harden's coattails.
Fact, James Harden was the best player on that team. Yeah.
Chris Paul really didn't do anything.
Y'all jumping me right now.
We'll talk about that some other time. But all right, the Nuggets and Lakers. I don't see this going more than 4 games. I don't. I told Will 5.
Wow.
I told Will at the beginning the only way it goes 5 is if the Nuggets win game 1. They didn't. Yesterday
they got blown out game 1.
chance. Yesterday they
Yeah, game one is your best chance to beat us. Typically, I mean, I said going into the Rockets series it was going to be another gentleman's sweep because they just came off of a 7-game series where it was an intense series. They were playing really good basketball, and then we just had sat for 10 days, so we were rusty. They took game one. That's why I was going to be a gentleman's sweep.
Yep.
It's going to be rough. It's going to be tough for they had an opportunity to last night to win a game.
They did.
They let it slip away. They missed 8 free throws. We missed 1. That was the difference in that game.
Yeah.
Facts.
Given 4 of those misses were from PJ Dozier. I mean, you can't really blame it.
Where the fuck did he come from?
He's their 10th man on the bench. You can't really blame that loss on him for missing those free throws. But Jamal Murray was 1 for 9 or 2 for 9 from 3 last. 2 for 9 from 3 last night.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
he wasn't hitting no threes.
Michael Porter got to learn how to shoot consistent 3-point range. He needs that.
Yeah.
He just needs
it's
more
respectable
shots.
though.
He needs
it's
more
respectable
shots.
though.
Michael Porter's going to be a problem. Everyone needs to get that.
Yeah.
Why
didn't the coach play him in the fourth quarter? Why didn't the coach put him in the fourth quarter? Like, I'm happy because we won.
I mean, he shot 6 and 9 last night.
Yeah, but like put him in
the
game.
He was 4 from 3. Yeah, he should have got a lot more touches.
He should have got a lot more playing time.
Because
I think it's because of his defense.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think it's because of his defense. They wanted PJ Dozier out there playing because he plays harder defense.
And he gave them one hell of a spark. Dozier was.
Yeah, no, he played great. He played great for them. That's why I say you can't blame that loss on him for missing those 4 free throws. I mean, he's the 10th man off the bench. He wasn't expecting to shoot 5 free throws.
And I didn't. Michael Porter, I got worried. Michael Porter and Kuzma started having a weird rivalry mid-game, to where anytime one would score, the other one would try to score. And I was starting to be like, Kuzma, fucking relax.
Yeah, let's not.
Relax.
Yeah,
Kuz was trying to go one-on-one with him. It's like, Kuz, relax, bro.
He was. It was taking really bad shots. Like, stop.
He was annoying me, bro.
Yeah. We need to get him out of there.
That's what I'm thinking, Christian. Get him out of there, bro.
I mean, they need to give J.R. Smith those minutes in the finals. That's all I'm saying.
All right, no.
Nah, you know what you're gonna get from J.R.
Facts.
Yeah, he gonna dribble the ball off the clock, and we tied up. And he gonna mess up the game again. I don't trust J.R.
Moment ruin his legacy.
Yeah, J.R.'s been solid. J.R.'s been solid throughout his entire career. You can't take nothing away from J.R.
And
no, J.R. has he has a history of doing stupid stuff like this.
He's a memeable player, but you know what he gets the job done, especially in the finals. He's proven it.
He's a
not in 2018. He said memeable. You can make memes on him.
Yeah, he's very memeable.
Which is very true.
I haven't heard that before. That's good. I like that.
Anything is possible. That's all I got.
He's the number 1 memeable guy in the NBA right now.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we know. But we don't have when Christian and Sam playing the man 35 minutes. We're talking about give him like 10 to 12.
No, I mean, what's Kuz? How many minutes is Kuz getting right now? Like 6. Let me look it up. How many minutes he got last night?
I'm guessing in the low 20s.
Oh, he played 21 minutes. I mean, give JR 11 of those. I'm not mad at that.
I wish I could give all 20 of those to Avery Bradley.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that was a huge loss.
People don't understand. I always thought when they were talking about Kuzma in the offseason being the 3rd guy, I'm like, no, it's going to be Avery Bradley. He's the 3rd most important player.
Right.
Nobody seemed to give a shit. When he said he wasn't coming, that's the first time I got worried. I was like, oh fuck, that could be bad.
Yeah, he did help us win that the third time when against the Clippers. He did help us win with hitting all those 3-point shots in his defense.
Yeah, he's a big shot maker, great defender on the perimeter. Yeah. That's why I think if the Celtics do pull this comeback off, they're going to be a tough matchup for us because we don't have too many guards that can wing players that can defend their wing players.
We are just about to talk about the finals matchups, but just to finish off the Nuggets, anyone have it going more than 5?
Not more than 5.
I got Nuggets. I mean, not the Nuggets. I got the Lakers. I got the Lakers in 5 or 6.
6? There's no fucking way they're winning 2 games in this series.
Daniel.
Especially after last night. That broke their heart. You could see
I get that. They blew 2. They came back from 2-3-1 leads, though, Daniel. They got the eye of the tiger, bro.
Yeah, we're not the Clippers, though. Like Snoop said, we're not the Clippers.
Facts.
Yeah, them
Our
Clippers
leads feel different.
Yeah,
that's crazy. You
get down double digits on us late in the fourth quarter. LeBron's not letting up.
No, and then you have a secret
AD might, but LeBron, that's a different story. And I'm not a LeBron fan.
But
Yeah.
you're not a LeBron fan, but you've seen enough.
Yeah, the playoff
He sees
LeBron in
his
the fourth
greatness.
quarter is different with the lead. He's
Yeah.
not letting you get that back.
It's done. Like even last night, even when we were down by 1, I was still confident that somehow we're gonna win this game. And
Yeah, I felt the same. I felt like there was too much time left on the clock. It was 20 seconds left. I was like,
Yeah.
we're gonna get this.
I wasn't that scared. I'm like, something's gonna go right.
I mean, they got it off a fluke tip. Like, come on.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That tip pissed me all the way off. I'll just tell you right now. Like, come on.
I mean, right place, right time. That's what great players do. Jokic is a great player.
He's a great player. And I will say,
You gotta tip your hat
he's
to that.
amazing.
I'm glad the world is starting to jump on the Jokic bandwagon. Because for years, I was alone, saying he's better than Embiid. He's the best big since Tim Duncan and Shaq.
He might be better than Embiid, actually.
Oh, he not better. Might be.
Yeah, he better. He better.
Tim Duncan and Shaq?
I think he's the most impactful big in the game since Tim Duncan and Shaq. He has to be.
I'd agree. I could agree with that. I mean, if my boy Andrew Bynum would have had a longer career, we would have had something else to talk about. But you know, he fell off the wagon. He had a.
He definitely fell off the wagon.
Or maybe even if Odin could stay healthy for more than like 18 games, then maybe that could be a discussion. Odin was a beast.
Yeah, that's a reach.
He was so fragile, though. He was so fragile.
I know you're an Ohio boy, but I think that one's a reach.
Give me my fucking reaches. He went to Ohio State, damn it.
Hey, I mean, he's like a DeAndre Ayton player.
Wow.
If
I'm not even sure who that's more disrespectful to.
Hey, DeAndre Ayton's good.
He's very good. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like if Odin wouldn't have got hurt, I could have seen him being the same impactful type player as DeAndre Ayton.
I feel bad for the Blazers. They had so many bad things go wrong. But
yeah.
But Brandon Roy, Odin, fuck.
Hell yeah.
What's his name that they drafted over Jordan?
Clyde
yeah, I can't remember his name. The guy who went second in that draft. Hakeem.
Yeah.
This fucking guy.
I'm drawing a blank.
So am I. And I know this guy for sure. I know him. I can't think of his name. And then
he played for the Blazers?
Yeah, they drafted him over Jordan.
They consider him the biggest bust ever, but he's not. He averaged like 9 and 9. He was okay.
Nah, that's a bust.
Yeah, but when you put it into perspective.
It's like Darko Milicic.
Yeah, Darko is the biggest bust ever. Even bigger than Kwame.
Anthony Bennett up there too.
Sam Bowie.
Sam Bowie, yep.
Anthony Bennett up there too.
I wanted to say Biles. I don't know why I was going to say Biles. I'm thinking Simone.
You was Simone fucking Biles. Played for the Blazers. Has to be a point guard coming off the bench.
Yeah.
But okay. So we all got Lakers pretty clearly in the Nuggets series. It's a bad matchup for the Nuggets. It just is. It's no offense to them. Jokic and we got Dwight. We got JaVale.
They're young.
Jokic is 24.
They're young. Their first time in the conference finals. Did they make it out of the second round? They're out of the first round last year. I think they lost in the first round, right?
No, they made out the first round. They lost to the Trailblazers in 7 in the second round.
Right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they're a young team. They're inexperienced.
They got hella potential.
Bubble too. They don't have that home court advantage, which would have really helped them out in this series. They would have benefited from playing at home. This series probably would have gone to 6 or 7 had they been.
And everything.
Yeah.
This series could have gone to 6 or 7, especially with the way that they make runs and the way Jamal Murray plays. They could have took it to 6 or 7 had it been normal circumstances.
And the other question is Murray a star or is he just?
Oh, he's a stud. He's a stud.
All right, but he wasn't a star before the playoffs. So has he become an all-star?
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
He was good, but he wasn't an all-star.
Nah, he's been that guy since last year.
I don't know.
He was just a little inconsistent, but I always thought he was an elite scorer. And right now, he's becoming a star in front of our eyes. Dang.
He's a bucket getter. That guy gets buckets.
Who would you prefer going forward? Would it be Murray?
Or Westbrook?
No, fuck Westbrook. Or Jason.
Okay, I was about to say.
Or who?
Tatum.
I'd probably edge the Tatum still. That's
tough because Murray in late game one-on-one situations, we're talking about it late in the playoffs, deep in the playoffs in the Western Conference Finals, Eastern Conference Finals. Murray can win one-on-one matchups against pretty much anyone and get a bucket against pretty much anybody. Jason Tatum, when we're talking about one-on-one ISO, yes, he's great. yes, he can do it, but as we've seen against the Heat, he's not as consistent with it.
That zone is killing him.
That's a really tough question. If you'd ask me another point guard, but
I mean, and I don't know if Murray wants.
I think I'm going with Murray, and I'm a big Tatum fan, but I think I'm going with Murray for that reason.
And another thing, Murray wants the smoke. You can see it.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if he does. When Jimmy's in his face, when Jimmy Butler's in his face, I don't know if Tatum wants it like that.
Yeah, I'd agree. And Murray's that guy that if Jimmy Butler was on him, Murray's going right back at him.
He's gonna want to score 50. He's gonna want to.
Right. Murray has that edge to him. He's definitely has the Mamba mentality.
Facts. The fucking Mamba mentality, man. That's gonna.
And that's something that can't be taught. That can't be taught. You either got it or you don't.
That's a fact.
So then, if we get to if the Lakers get to the finals, which team gives you more fear or none? Heat, Celtics.
I think.
I say this.
Go ahead.
No. I say that right now, in this bubble right now, I got to get an edge to the Heat right now. I understand that the Celtics got better scoring guards, that can attack the Lakers guards. Yes, but the Heat's the zone they playing against the Celtics is like they're trapping everywhere, they're smothering them, they pressing them, and they won't allow Jason Tatum and them guys to really get in one-on-one positions.
I just don't think the zone's gonna bother LeBron because he's seen things like that. He'll be open Danny Green all night. You'll get Kuzma open in the corner. You'll have
but his Green gonna hit him though.
Zones are bad for shooting.
I know. That's why you have shooters, to shoot yourself out the zone. But sometimes Green be bricking every day. All of us know that sometimes he can shoot, sometimes he bricking every day.
In the finals, though, Danny Green's coming up. He's proven himself.
He did in the Spurs series.
And he's awake. These playoffs, Danny Green is back. He was awful in the bubble. He shot like 12%. It was
he's back.
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes he be doing.
He's back to normal. If he's open, I almost always expect it to go in, especially when he's coming off a fast break. LeBron tosses it back. Throws it up.
Right.
Yeah.
He's done that consistently since he was with the Spurs his entire career. That's what he does. But I'm gonna go ahead and agree. I think
in the finals.
Yeah, I think the Heat are gonna pose more of a threat.
Mm-hmm.
Not even because of the defense. More so just Jimmy Butler. He's on a different level right now. He's trying to cement his legacy right now. And
he wants to be known as a top tier because no one thinks of him as a top tier. They have him as like
I do. I mean, if you ask me, he's top 5 in the league.
Well, wow. See, that's because you always have hot takes. That's the problem. That's the problem.
I mean, I don't have Giannis in my top 5.
You don't got Giannis in your top 5?
Giannis is
it because the playoffs or is it?
No. It's because I believe he's just a stat chaser. He doesn't win games. Players that win games, I put in my top 5. And Jimmy Butler has won games his whole career. He's hit game winners his whole career. He does whatever it takes to win. He's a winner. I'm gonna take a winner over a guy who has huge numbers any day.
That is facts. So to wrap, if it is the Heat, what any game predictions? 5? Is it going
6? 6.
Lakers in 6. Lakers in 6.
Lakers in 6.
Heat will win game 1 and then lose 4 straight again. I just don't see it. I don't see it.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if that were to happen. But I think the Heat are going to be able to pull off too.
I will say the games will be a lot closer than these Nuggets games.
It's going to be very competitive. It's going to be very competitive.
Every game will be close, but I got it 5. But every game will be fucking close. It's going to be a dogfight.
Yeah, it's going to be a nail biter. I agree.
Jimmy will not let them get blown out.
No, he doesn't have that in him. When we're talking about dogs, Jimmy's a dog.
He's definitely a dog. Now, one more thing about the Heat.
I'm gonna wrap up this section of the playoffs, round 2. I think we all got Lakers winning the chip, and it's not even just being biased. I'm just being honest. If I step back and look, I just don't see a world where they don't win the title. Showtime, it's always great to have you, Christian. Welcome to the show. You want to come on?
Yes, sir.
More, man?
Yes, sir. Whenever.
Let's make this a normal thing.
Hell yeah. Let's get it.
Lakers in 5.